So we're going to have a little discussion about what we've just seen, and I'm going to ask you, if you have a think now, just very sort of from your notes, what work you like the best and why, and then what you took away from the exhibition. And yeah, we can go around and talk individually, and then maybe just have a general discussion. But actually, first and foremost, does someone want to describe the exhibition very, very briefly? What have we just seen in a few words? Yeah, you have to speak quite loud.
The obsession of social media.
So, in simple terms, what was it that we've just seen? Like, what was it?
What I just said.
So, it was an exhibition. Even simpler than that, was it an exhibition? What did it include?
Photos and videos.
Yeah.
And machines.
Fantastic. But yeah, the obsession, would say that again, the obsession of...
In social media.
Very interesting theme that came out. Who wants to start? Who's got something they want to say with regards to the first question?
I'll go with.
Well,
Arvo.
Does anyone want to volunteer themselves?
I'll volunteer.
Okay, Ria's going to start then. So what did you like the best? What work did you like the best, and why?
Because there's kind of a like for the eyes of the beholder kind of thing that you can interpret it however you want. There was a set way to interpret it, but of course like it's something that they want you to figure out yourself. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Wait, are you recording?
We are.
Oh gosh. Hi Mum.
Cool, thank you. Which way are we going to go around? Let's go around in a circle.
Okay.
Arvo, which work did you like best and why?
I like the captions. I found them quite interesting because you could see the scale, over time as hid, because it was like a 5-year project of just collecting them, like every week or something, and like he just made these like huge books.
They're shooting, didn't they?
Well, maybe, but
They are.
So-
why is there an end to the book?
I don't know. Why is there an end?
So if we let everyone, Rio, if we let everyone say their piece, and then we'll have kind of more of a fluid conversation afterwards. Anything else you want to add to that?
But yeah, I just thought that, and it kind of showed, almost in a sense, the suspicion, cynicalness on the internet because of robots and stuff, and the proof of it and the huge scale of it, as I said, adds to it.
Fantastic.
We're recording sound.
Yeah, so just if we keep quite quiet. Thank you. Oscar, what did you like best and why?
I like the machines because they showed what people chose to spend their money on. They chose to spend their money on these machines, which did quite a simple job, like scrolling through an Instagram feed. And apparently 46 million people on Twitter are fake. It's quite a big number. Except there are 2 billion people on Twitter.
Great.
I liked the screens with like what Chinese people can't go on, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I like that because it's like not everyone can go on what they want, or like not every country can go on what they like.
Absolutely.
I like the display that presented it was about how if you used to go on websites you had to prove that you were human and not a robot, but it was actually Google like pretty much employing you to do work for free. I like that because firstly it was presented nicely. I like the way it was presented, and it was also surprisingly intriguing.
Do you want to say what you liked?
I was going to say the same one as that. I thought that the Google one was really interesting. I think about all of them is more about the negative impact that all this digital, the things I hadn't even realised, but it's happening in the background. So it's the negative impact that a lot of these things are having on people and their interaction with technology and photography as well.
Yeah, what you said. No, I thought that the humour came out a little bit from the Google Image one, which I thought was quite light-hearted compared to quite a lot of the other, more difficult themes in the exhibition. But I like the way that was presented.
Well, I really liked, all of it. I learned quite a lot, I think, but I want to talk about the video work, where it was people who were employed by different platforms to flag the inappropriate material, talking about their experiences in that role. And the way it was presented as well was using computer animated humans speaking as well. And it was kind of a really strange way to think about who's monitoring what we're looking at.
Ishak?
I quite liked the pictures of the people holding the signs in the streets. They had sort of a bunch of different theories about different companies and sort of just showed a bunch of different possibilities about what each company does.
Fantastic.
I like the machines that we saw first because they sort of scrolled through Instagram and Twitter and then they liked the posts and then they just showed all of the stuff that was there. And as Oscar said, there was people spend their money on that kind of stuff to just scroll through an app. So I found that was pretty interesting.
Great. Do you want to talk now a little bit more generally about, does anyone want to respond to anything that anyone said? Does anyone agree to people? You just said that you agreed with some of the things that were said, but I don't know if you want to, does anyone disagree with anything that anyone said? No?
I just want to say, for the sake of being disagreeable, I don't disagree with anyone.
Okay.
Apart from Oliver.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just natural. That's just because I'm me.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. Glad that we think alike, aren't we?
Is there any pieces that anyone didn't like?
The one with the people, but there weren't people when they were talking. They were talking to that gal on the side, and then there was the other one with that Asian dude.
Is this thing being disagreeable?
No, kind of.
Which piece was
The
this?
CGI people.
Well, with the
and
CGI
they were,
Where they had
The
regular animals.
yeah.
Oh, the word that I saw.
I thought it was good.
that freaked the hell out of me.
Why did it freak
Well, that was
the hell out of
If
you?
I woke up and said, "Hey Siri, tell me the time," and that came up, I would run.
Well, the
Okay.
point of Siri is to make it more comfortable for you. The point of that was to purposely
You're not
make it.
listening.
I'm making a point. But the fact is that it was designed to make you uncomfortable. They actually use that uncanny valley quite well because it has the humour, but its movements and lip sync is slightly off.
Yeah.
And plus the topics they were talking about were pretty difficult more than anything.
I didn't even know that was a job. I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose thinking about it, of course it is, but we don't really think about those things, do we?
But I liked it. I thought it was quite what it aimed to do well.
Anyone else have any comments on what other people have said or that they didn't like? Anything that they didn't like? Doesn't necessarily have to be about a piece. It could be about the exhibition as a whole. It could be about the feelings that it made you feel or the experience.
Is there something you want to learn more about?
No one mentioned anything about the labour that were trying to buy followers for their Instagram or LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, what was it, Facebook accounts, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't realise that they were actually people going there saying, oh, you can buy people to do follows.
You can buy people?
Buy followers.
Buy likes.
They
buy
actually had all
followers.
the phones set up, and I thought it was just like someone was just faking it all, but there's real people behind all those
I
likes.
didn't know that
Yeah.
either.
And that's like the new digital cheap labour.
Labour farms. or
Yeah.
whatever. That is really weird. Just to think about what's behind the internet, like,
Yeah, the
Behind the
dark
scenes.
side of it.
and how people are exploited through it.
Yeah.
Clearly as well.
Like on the surface, like social media seems like a great thing, but then obviously all the stuff that's happening in the back that we don't realise.
And how manipulated we are using the other stuff, using the platforms. So a lot of it's quite fake, actually, really, isn't it? That's the point.
Maybe we could go around and comment on that. How did the exhibition make you feel? And how did it make you feel about your own lives using social media?
Oh, I don't use social media.
Okay, that's fine. So if you don't, you can say that, but maybe whoever's got
Isha,
something you want to
do
start
use
with.
social media?
How did it make you feel about your own life, and what impact did it have on you? That's what I'm trying to say.
It sort of made me more aware about some of the dangers in social media.
It's one of the best things.
Ethan?
I was just sort of reminded of the people who actually have jobs to look at the stuff that every single person posts, take down anything that's like that not everyone can look at without being like disgusted or stuff like that.
That stuck with you.
Yeah.
Do you think
There's stuff that stuck with me.
Do you think that it would change the way you use social media, or go on the internet, or do you think you're more aware? But do you think
I'm more aware, and it will probably change the way I use social media.
Rio?
What was the question?
How did it make you feel, or what impact did it have on you?
Not much of an impact since I don't use social media, but I do use a little bit, and yeah, I guess it's kind of helped me understand why it's seen as like the modern day like bad guys of society and stuff. So yeah, and I felt very uncomfortable at some points. Don't know if that was supposed to be like that, but yeah, just a feeling, and that's how I felt. So yeah.
Thank you. Arvo? How did it make you feel?
Well, I thought it was interesting. There was a good mix of the uncomfortable and the humorous. I thought it had a good variety too. There wasn't one specific form, like kind of linked to an extent with photography. But overall, I thought that there was a really interesting variety. And with that, it did make you think. I imagine the more you use social media, the more it'll make you think about these things. But I think it sheds some much needed light on it.
Ethan, what the hell?
Oscar?
I don't use social media anymore, but
Welcome to the club.
it made me realize how desperate people are to make an impression on other people online. Like, so they buy all these followers and likes just to make other people think that they're more popular.
Definitely.
I agree. Like, people prefer to have like a billion likes than like £1 billion or something, because it's just like how people think that by getting likes it means you're like popular, and like that's just not like how life is. It's like just something online. It's nothing really like real life. So there's this video in a separate room which I watched, but it showed social media as positive in a way because it allowed these people to live quite an alternate lifestyle. So they could like make a fire, but they could only make a fire because they could look up how to do it. So actually social media allows things to happen as well as being negative.
Definitely. Yeah, it's good that they showed the pros and cons in a way, or it could have all been quite negative. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I think Arvo's point was really interesting, that each individual piece was different, a lot of variation, and made you think about things in a different way. And I think it's not just social media, but also just the internet and digital in general, how we interact with it, and yeah, the positive and negatives behind them. I think I took away from that.
Yeah. Similarly, just I like the fact that it was very diverse. Exactly what you both said about the different mediums that were used, and actually it made me think, maybe what can we incorporate, or themes, what can we incorporate into our own work? Not necessarily machines, but we could consider, other topics in the work that we were producing. Got one more question after this. I don't know, Louisa, do you want to say?
Well, I think it had more of a negative impact on me, I think, the whole exhibition. Just the thought of how manipulative the internet really is was quite prominent for me. And it certainly made me think about how it's used and how the way we use it is manipulated and used against us. That's what I'm left with.
Fantastic. Got a couple more minutes, so I just thought finally we can think about like the visual aspect of it, because in the end it was a contemporary art exhibition. Did you find it? What stuck out to you visually, and or what artistic medium stuck out to you, and why? And we don't have to go around and say this. We can sort of shout it out if you. Did you say it was particularly pleasing? Did you like the way it was displayed? Did you like the way that it was curated?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I didn't really go outdoors, yeah.
Any particular piece that stuck out visually, or
The Sim.
The Sim? Yeah, the way that it was displayed, it was quite impactful, wasn't it? Anyone else?
I like the way the one about the test if you're a robot was displayed, because it was different if you looked at it from one way and from
Definitely, yeah.
I think it was really good how they packed so much into a small space as well.
Definitely.
And
A lot of information.
when you were watching the video, it was cool because it was a video that, like, the setting of the video was in a forest, and you were sitting on like tree trunks with the like ground.
It's quite immersive. That bit,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that was really cool.
Yes. Oh, anyone else? Anyone else? I don't know what the time is. Oh, we've got 2 minutes. Anyone else that want to comment on the sort of artistic, visual side of things?
I like the way that they evenly spaced out all of the books
Yes.
without putting over what it looks spacious.
That is true, yeah. A bit like what you were saying, it was all in one room, but the way that they'd, curated it.
Yes.
Curated.
I really like the circle pictures from the ones that they captured from Google, because it kind of represented all these faces across the world for me, and it just shows how a different shape of a picture can represent a different thing as well. I thought that was interesting.
It's definitely, something to think about for your exhibition. You know, how you display your work, and what colours, if you want to put a filter on it, or you want to make it a circle or a square, or position it next to another thing, and the way that we display photos can tell a
It's
lot.
a whole new layer of meaning.
And it's something that we will explore, definitely. Have we thought we asked this one, what do you think could have been done better?
No, I don't think so.
I think we said which piece you didn't like, or is there anything you didn't like, but is there anything that you think could have been done better?
Well, the videos were in French with English subtitles, and by reading the English subtitles, you didn't really focus on the actual video. So, which was in English.
It was in French.
You said you liked that it was in French. Anyone else? Any other comments? No? Okay. Finally, would you recommend it to others, and why? Would you recommend going to see the exhibition? And why?
I recommend it because it really helps people, understand the differences in social media. And I'm serious. Because a lot of people are, brainwashed and mind controlled from this thing that we call social. What is social media? Is it one big mind opening thing that we have on our cellular devices? Yeah.
Okay.
Could I
Just the Arts people then. Ethan, would you recommend it to someone else?
Oh, I would.
And why?
I would recommend it to other people because I think they should have the same opportunities to see that exhibition because it was really interesting.
Thank you. Did you already say something about this? Would you recommend it to others, and why?
Yeah, because it was very eye-opening, and I feel like I learned quite a lot.
Yeah, I would, because it's different to everything else, and the way they laid it out is really interesting, and you don't normally think about those things.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any final comments before I switch it off?
I hope it was recording.